Hi everyone, it's day 2 and these are the papers that I'm working with today. Day 2 of 100. I'm still working in my smaller journal. This is my abstract journal. I'm almost done with it. So excited. So I bordered my page with masking tape and these 100 days I'm trying to use up all my printed papers. So I made jelly prints and just mark making on pages, different types of paper over a period of time last year, and I haven't been using it as much as I would have liked. So my purpose for this challenge is to use them up over the 100 days. Today's day 2 for me. Is actually day 3, but it's really, this is my day 2. Right, so I'm using regular glue to stick them down, and I'm gonna try to see what I could make with these beautiful papers. Right, so at this point, I really wasn't sure how to move forward. So I thought, let me make some marks to try and bring everything in together, and then that should be cool, right? I thought it would look more unified, but right now, it looks messy and just all over the place. So I'm trying to tie it in and bring everything in together. Then I felt it was just too blue, so I'm trying to tone it down by adding some black in it. And then I thought, you can't really see it too good, so let's add some white highlights. I know. And then I was like, maybe I should add some orange because there's orange on the page and you could hardly see it. So let me try to do that as well. So that's what I did, but I did it in a different direction. This orange though, it is tempera paint, it's not acrylic paint. So with tempera paint, even when it dries, when you add water to it again, it reactivates, which is very annoying, unless that's what you want. So here now, I'm thinking it still looks way too much, it's too much stuff happening. So I'm adding some white acrylic paint in some areas to try and tone it down, push it back, but I really still want to see those prints coming out from behind it. So I'm trying to water it down but tone it down at the same time. Pushed it back but still keep it visual in your eye, in your face. And in all of that I was still trying to keep some white space as well, which is sometimes very difficult for me. It's getting easier, practice makes better, but it's still hard. Then I thought maybe if I add some splatters, it might help bring everything together a little more. I don't know, I just have to put splatters every time. It's just amazing. Splatters are awesome. And then I still didn't like it. So I'm going to go back in again with the acrylic paint and just push stuff back even more. So it's watered down even less. And I'm just covering stuff up. Just going brave. But I'm using my baby wipe so I'm adding the paint and then I'm using the baby wipe to remove some of it so that you could still see some of the printed papers. And then I just kind of was like, you know what, let's just whatever it. And I just covered everything, almost everything, except the black. And I really like the black. So I'm adding some more black. I changed it to a square tip brush because I didn't want round shapes. I wanted it square looking. Because remember, I use square patterns. So that's what I'm doing now, just in certain areas. This turned out so different from what I thought. I really didn't plan to cover all this up, but I actually like it. And then I'm bringing back in the orange. And of course we have our lovely splatters just to tie everything in, and I felt this still wasn't enough. Let's add some black splatters. And I was like, this still isn't enough. And so I'm just spreading now the black. It's watery by this time, but I'm just adding some, because the middle felt too blank and I don't have a focal point. I didn't. So, and I wasn't going to look for one or try to create one. So I'm just making some, spreading some of those marks out and up. And I'm using a charcoal pencil just to add some marks in between those marks. And then I felt like it was a bit dark now. So I'm using a fine tip bottle with some watered down acrylic paint in it. And I just added some marks on top of those black lines. So this is it. I actually like it. It turned out very different from what I had in my head, but let me know what you think. This is my day 2, and I look forward to seeing you for day 3. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye!